Welcome to the new iWorld studio. I'm so happy they could be part of this live experience. I'm here with Patti Barkey. Patti, we're talking about something that I've heard about. I don't know what it is. I suspect that some of the audience doesn't too. I'm excited for you to explain it. It's ASOA Analytics, and it is a practice tool, and it's something that can help my practice. What is it, and how am I going to benefit from it?
So ASOA has been working on this project for a couple of years, and think about it like this: the surgeons really live on outcomes, right? So that patient seeing 2020 or even 2015, that's what gets them going. So the rest of the success, though, with a practice is based on benchmarks and numbers. So you can have great vision for a patient, but your practice can be suffering when it comes to financial success. So ASOA Analytics puts together benchmarks with other practices around the country based on size. So if you're a member, you put in your data, whether it's looking at overhead, revenue per provider, things like that, so you can measure yourself against other practices of the same size throughout the country. So we're only as good as the number of practices we get involved in this, and it's amazing because you can use it for things like, am I staffed? My staffing levels, is it right? Is my physician or my partners performing at the level they should perform? You can do salary benchmarks for staff across the country. So many different tools to help you figure out, are we doing what we need to do to be successful?
But is it, I'm devil's advocate
That's
here
okay.
for a second, is it advantageous to compare my practice to those throughout the country? I've noticed, I'm an observant guy, that your accent is a little bit different from mine, and my accent hails from an area where the square foot, the dollars per square foot is a lot of money.
So ASOA Analytics looks at the regions of the country and the practices within those regions based on size. So you wouldn't compare with mine. I might want to compare with you, but the way it's designed is to
It
compare
would
within
cheer
my
you
region.
up, yes.
Maybe, maybe not, maybe not. But it is built to help us all be more successful. And so many practices at the leadership level, they need these kind of tools. Managers and the levels, they need support and people that can help them. And ASO Analytics actually guides them through the process.
So walk me through how I sign up and what information I divulge and what information I receive.
So on you can go to the ASOA website, ASOA and ASCRS. You can go to the website and you can take out a membership, and this is one of the add-on benefits for the members. Now the members actually right now have access to 2 free benchmarks to see how they work. So they have to put in their data to see how they measure up, and they get 2 free ones. But then there's a host and more to come down the pipeline as we develop it further. So you basically just go to ASOA, the website, and sign up.
It sounds great. Do you know how practices are currently using, those practices who are involved in this are currently using these data?
Yeah, for instance, in my practice, I used it to look at, am I staffed at the right level for a particular provider based on his productivity? Because that's what we hear, the providers always want more staff. The administrators are always like, well, you can't have more staff. And it's easy to have that interchange, but if you have numbers to produce to show why, and that the average practices across the country or in our region can't have more, we measure up against them, the data helps. It helps to show.
No, I mean, it sounds great, and one can think what one wants of one's practice, but numbers don't lie.
Right. We're always all interested in what other people are doing, right? And it keeps the information confidential, though. You can't tell. There's not like, we're not going to publish it somewhere and say, oh, well, your practice is doing this. It's kept confidential. You're just measuring against the other people that are entering into the data, and keeping it clean as much as possible.
Well, I mean, carry on, Patty. I didn't mean
So,
to interrupt.
for us, it's interesting to watch the level of practices that are participating in this. We watch some practices that really get engaged in it, and they're anxious to see the results that everybody else are putting in. And then we have some practices putting in information, and then they're just stopping and dying because their staff's not following through on it. And that's concerning because you wonder if the physicians understand that they're actually paying for a product that's not getting used to its full potential.
Yeah.
So it's only, it's like anything else computerized. It's only as good as what goes into the system, right?
Right.
So it would be great for the ASCRS community and the ASOA administrators to all join together and help us all be better practices.
Oh, really, really interesting stuff. It sounds like a great tool. I'm definitely going to check that out.
Good.
Patty, I want to thank you very much for bringing this to us. I didn't know about it. Now I do.
Hmm.
And I want to thank you for participating in this live event. I learned quite a bit today. My guess is that you did too. Patty, thank you. And thank you guys as well.
Thank you.